on the desert sand at night, following the stars along their course, with the moon as a companion, counting every step, looking for that one true horse. That one true horse, perfect partner built to ride. One true horse, a bond that cannot be denied. You would search forever just to have the chance to take a ride on one true horse. You're 1,000 miles from somewhere you can never be again, from a life defined by solitude and force. So you keep on looking forward with an eye over your shoulder.
Good morning, parents and loved ones. Welcome to the Grace Christian School Weekly Roundup. I am your host, Sheriff P, and this is the show that you tune into to see everything that's been going on at Grace Christian School, everything that's going to be happening at Grace Christian School, and getting questions and just a chance to fellowship with each other. Debbie, good morning. Thank you for tuning in this beautiful, nippy morning. I would suggest you go grab yourself a bevy. This is going to be a little bit longer than normal show, but my hope is to move through it. That was Theo and his dad at the start of the video, and you got to see them out riding some horses out on the range. What fun that is. You know what? The last week and this week have been busy. Last week we had 70s Day, and that was a huge blast on Wednesday. The kids really outdid themselves. So did the staff members. It was great to see. Lincoln's birthday was Monday, and I hope all of you enjoyed the extra day off and had the 3-day holiday. But before we went out on that holiday, we had something really fun taking place here on this campus, and that was the Roadrunner Ride by Preschool. The Roadrunner Ride is basically an alternative for Race for Grace for our preschoolers. They exceeded their goal of raising funds, and we are working now on finishing up the kindergarten playground. Kimberly, good morning. It's good to see you. February is flying. You are so right about that. It is really zipping right along here. Let me look at something. For some reason, that is not. There we go. You are absolutely right, Kimberly. It is flying by. And yeehaw, Andrew, you are right. Yeehaw. And on the back side of that, it said wanted, dead or alive. And it had a picture of Sheriff P. So I'm not sure about that. But yeah, that was great. We had lots of kids, every preschooler out there participating. They did a wonderful job. Mrs. Hill and her entire staff were outstanding. They did a great job. And I've got Mr. Regan working on getting the quotes and everything to finish up our playground. And I'd like to thank all of our corporate sponsors for Roadrunner Ride. They did a wonderful job. If you need some contractors or tires, look these parents up. They are so nice. It's so nice of them to step up and not only support our school by coming out to the Roadrunner Ride, but also supporting it financially. And I can't begin to thank you enough for doing that. It's greatly appreciated, and from the bottom of our hearts, we can't thank you because the playground is going to look amazing when it's all done. Hey, do you want to join that outstanding preschool team? We have an opening for one teacher from 9 to 6. It's an aide, so the hour requirement isn't as great. We can work with you in facilitating those hours. Also, if you're a parent, we have some special deals that we can work out with you. So after school, your child can attend daycare for free, and there's no extra charge. Your child's taken care of. They're right here where you're working. We always love it when parents or family members are working here at GCS because we are a family, we are a team, but we do have one spot open in the preschool from 9 to 6. If you are interested, contact the office, 714-761-5200. Ask for Miss Hill or ask for Christy O'Rue, and she can explain to you a little bit more about what's going on and what the requirements are for that spot. Giving back is something that Grace Christian School is known for. We give back in so many different ways, And you know what? We train that to our children through our food drives, through our toy drives, and National Junior Honor Society. Our junior hires take that to the next level. During the Roadrunner ride, you probably saw them out there helping our preschoolers with cheerful hearts. They were servants' hearts. They were out there helping the preschoolers. They were smiling, running around, helping them when they crashed. But recently, our National Junior Honor Society did candygrams for our Valentine's Day, and they took all that money that they raised to help another nonprofit in the community. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that right after you watch all of the work they did in 26 seconds. They are building all of the candygrams right there that are going to be distributed. There was one table that took the money in, read the orders, another table attached them to the candy, another table sorted them out by classrooms. They did an outstanding job putting that all together. And they raised close to $800 doing that. And they're still finalizing the vote, but it looks like, I hope Mrs. Painter doesn't get upset with me. I'm reading this from an email she sent me. It looks like they are choosing to help Casa Youth Shelter here in the city, which is for underprivileged and foster children. What a great thing. We've helped them before, and it's always wonderful to see our students giving back. And they create a pattern. When kids learn to give to others as children, they take that on into adulthood and continue. The next thing I want to talk to you about is baptism. Baptism is set. It is Tuesday. When we come back on Tuesday, it is at 9 a.m. We have about 55 to 63 kids. And why do I say that? We're still waiting on a couple of permission slips to get back. And baptism is going to take place out on the playground at 9 a.m. The kids are being baptized. Their parents and loved ones have been invited. There will be coffee and cookies and punch for our baptism students, as well as our pastors that are going to be there, and the parents. We have invited the entire school to come out and watch the baptisms and celebrate with them as they accept Christ through the birthday of going through the process of baptism. And we have that verse, "Let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for such belongs the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 19:14. We've reached out to pastors at all of the churches that had over 5 kids being baptized, because I think it's a privilege, really, if you're that pastor of that church or the youth pastor of that church, to come and baptize your kids and just see that celebration. So many of them have contacted and reached back to me, and it's going to be a wonderful day. Don't worry, the water is going to be heated. And I ask you, parents, if your child is being baptized, don't forget, excuse me, don't forget to send them with a towel and a change of clothes. They're going to be changing into like board shorts and everything like that. No 2 pieces for the girls. Make sure it's very conservative and appropriate for the audience that we have here. So that pretty much covers up our baptism program. Tonight is Chick-fil-A. Real winners eat chicken, the cow says. Yes, the Chick-fil-A is tonight from 5 to 8. There's something very important that you need to know, parents. Chick-fil-A is for dine in and carry out only. I know drive-through is a huge convenience when you got all the kids and you're battling them and everything like that. But you have to understand that Chick-fil-A does a really good business, and they are trying to get back to us. So the parts of their business that are slower is their dining room and their carry-out. So that's where they'd like our customers to go, and they can help us back. So help Chick-fil-A, help us, and go there for dinner tonight. It's the one in Seal Beach on Seal Beach Boulevard. Take the flyer with you if you have it, and let them know you're supporting Grace Christian School. We can't thank Chick-fil-A enough for doing this. They are wonderful. It is tonight from 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock for dine in and carry out only. So please, please remember that. You know, safety is something extremely important to us here at Grace Christian School. Those of you who have been here for a long time know the great lengths that we go to protect our students, protect our staff, and to protect you when you're on our campus. Safety isn't one-dimensional. It's multidimensional. It scaffolds over multiple approaches, and we're continuing looking for ways to keep kids safe and to keep your family safe. And I share opportunities with you throughout. And sometimes you might think I'm beating a dead horse, but some of you don't always see it. And that's why I put these messages in different locations in the weekly roundup. I have two organizations there, cleanbrowser.org and safedns.com are two places that you can go. They are subscription based. I think they have a free plan at Clean Browsing, but it's very limited. These are organizations that you can run your DNS through, and they will filter sites coming into your home so that pornography can't come in, questionable material can't be brought to your kids as they're surfing the internet. Sometimes a child can stumble onto something very innocently, and if you don't have these filters in place, you know, what they see is embedded in their minds for the rest of their lives. So here's an opportunity for you to go through this. We did have enough of you contact me. I've reached out to the DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency, as well as Orange County Sheriff's Department's Task Force on Internet Safety. We're trying to arrange an evening, a 2-hour class where you can come and learn about internet safety. And it's not just the internet, it's like Snapchat, TikTok, and all the different apps that are on your kids' phones today. I know more and more of you have your kids with phones, and it's really a dual-edged sword. I know you do that for protection, but it also opens the world to them that we sometimes lose some innocence there, and that's an individual family decision. You know, there's a saying that safety training is always excessive until it isn't. There is a picture of K9 Yorku. K9 Yorku, many of you have seen do demonstrations with the DEA, with the Highway Patrol. We've done demonstrations here on a campus with different police departments. He's worked with our students, our staff, and he gets along great with all the kids. There he is with my grandson when Wyatt was just a little guy. He is very friendly, has a wonderful personality, and that's not by chance. We went through a lot of dogs, researching and looking at pups and breeds to make sure that we got the right dog that could do the right job here. What exactly does K9 Yorku do? This is important, parents. Please listen to this. K9 Yorku is a multi-use dog. Number one, he is a active shooter response dog. That means if there are gunshots on this campus, Yorku will take off out of the office without being told, and he will search for the gun person, and he will engage. Even if that's a police officer shooting on our campus or a good guy, he doesn't know the difference between good guys and bad guys when he's going to engage. And his goal is, number one, to engage with the shooter. Number two, when he's engaged with the shooter is no longer actively involved with our students or our loved ones on this campus. So that's diverting him. And he's staying there until however the situation ends. He's also trained in firearm detection. And what that means is if we want, we can search the campus looking for a firearm or ammunition of some sort. And he's not a drug dog by any means. His specialty is this. And then he is also trained on basic apprehension, where if there's a bad guy that comes on campus and we feel there is a threat to our students or our staff, we can engage Yorku. He is a line of security that we feel really helps us, because when we need the police, they're 2 to 3 minutes away when K9 Yorku is seconds away. And we brought Yorku on this campus because other laws have changed within the state of California that caused us to have to do this. I feel it's imperative to keep your children safe. Unfortunately, there is an assembly person.
That's it. I'm coming back. I want to
hang on here. I'm going to show you this video. He's also trained, for any bad person, and given the right words and the right cues and everything like that, he can take over and do what he needs to do. I'm going to show you a little sample video here of what he can do. You might hear him start barking in the background because he'll hear some of this and think that it's time to go to work. Now, you have to remember one other important thing. This is a staff member, Mr. Regan. He volunteered for this, and we would never use K9 Yorku to protect property. That's not what he's designed for. He is here to protect people. If we believe there is a threat to people, that's when K9 Yorku is going to be engaged. If it's somebody is just upset and they're busting things, we're going to call contain the situation until the police get here. But the minute we believe it crosses the line and someone is threatened, then K9 Yorku will be engaged. Take a watch of this video.
All right, that's it. I'm coming back. I want to see Dave.
Sir!
Oh, no.
Hood knee.
Hey,
Hood knee, Yorku.
oh,
Hood knee.
let me go. Let me go.
Hood knee.
Ah, let me go.
Hood knee.
Let me go.
Hood knee.
Hey. No. I'm just going to the fence. I'm going around.
That is Yorku barking in the background.
Hood knee, buddy. Hood knee.
Anyway, that's K9 Yorku Fui. And that we believed was a threat, and we had another handler take him off. And because I'm his normal handler, that handler didn't have the release word, so he had to lift him off, which police sometimes do. And Mr. Regan had all kinds of protective gear underneath the clothing, so he wasn't biting as he traditionally would. And as you saw, it's a vicious bite. And if you get a chance, talk to Mr. Regan about it. He did have a couple of his canine teeth puncture through that huge bite pad that he had on both arms. And Mr. Regan had a couple of bruises afterwards. But it shows you the great thing about Yorku is he focuses on his target. We saw the other office ladies in the office working. He wasn't concerned about them. He was concerned about the target that he was put on. If it was an active shooter, he would focus on the active shooter. So right now we have 45 people tuning in. And I have a little challenge coin here that we're going to be giving away in a little bit for K9 Yorku. Why am I bringing all this up? There is an assembly person in California, and I'm going to slide this down so you can see it. His name is Corey Jackson. He's out of Paris, California, and he is introducing a bill to stop canines from being used. He doesn't want them to be used for apprehension. He doesn't want them to be used for arrest or control measures. And so what does that mean? That means if a bad guy came in here and we need to do apprehension or control of that bad guy, it would not be allowed to have K9 Yorku doing that. Then we're jeopardizing opening up our kids to safety hazards while we wait for the police. And we've seen in the news, it takes 2 to 3 minutes even for the best police department to arrive, and the carnage that can be done in that. Assembly person Corey Jackson is so far out of line on this. Other times when things like this come up, I share them with you because I need you to be empowered as parents. You need to stand up and not allow this. Not only is it endangering our kids here at this school, it endangers police officers throughout the state of California. Those dogs are put into situations that you don't want to send a human into, and it's sent into situations where other human life is at risk. And this assemblyman is going out on all branches to try to justify his bill. I'm asking each and every one of you to shut this down before it gains any traction. Contact your state assembly person. That might be Sharon Quicksilva for many of you. I would reach out to Congresswoman Michelle Steele. Let her know if she can put pressure on the assembly and the state Senate. It might be Alan Lowenthal, who might be your representative. I will put that up next week, but every major law enforcement agency, I just talked to Sheriff Chad Bianco for Riverside County Sheriff's, and he has been a proponent of rights for schools, rights for parents, and everything, that he is adamantly against this. So please reach out to this. Debbie, you said, what? How ignorant? Absolutely, Justin, high five. Yes, I agree with you. It is ignorant, and that's completely what it is. Other laws they have put in place have endangered our kids. I'm sorry I'm on a soapbox right now, but your children's safety is paramount to me. And I'm going to do everything I can, from gates to dogs to whatever, to let our kids live in a wonderful environment, but to be safe. So parents, please help me, help you. Reach out to your state assembly person. Let them know this is a bill supported by Corey Jackson. It's being introduced from him. I'm sure it's in committee right now. Let's kill it. Let's have him retract it. And he's going to use all kinds of verbatim to justify why this bill is justifiable and why it's good. It's not. It will endanger police officers and it will endanger students. There's no two ways around it. So that ends my public announcement on that. The next thing is Gosh, this is such a letdown. Parents, you're doing a better job of not blocking driveways. I've talked to a couple of the neighbors here. Big high five to many of you for staying clear of the preschool playground or the driveway on the other side, and our neighbors around here. Thank you very much for doing that. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Boy, we have tons of viewers right now. We're at 47 viewers tuning in. I'm sorry we're running so long today, but there's so much great information. Open enrollment is going on, and I want to share with you a little story. We had a family who thought they were going to be leaving, and they didn't re-enroll, and they called back and said, hey, you know what? We were going to be re-enrolling. We didn't re-enroll because we were going to go do something else, and it isn't working out for us. Can we come back? Absolutely. We love you. Now, here's the only situation. There could be, you might have to go on the waiting list. And this early on, there's a great chance you'll get through. But being a returning family and everything, we're going to do everything in our power to be able to help you. The sooner you make that decision, the better it is for us to be able to help you. If it gets out into June, July, then it becomes tougher. We also had another family that moved out of the state of California and realized that Tennessee wasn't the place they needed to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved back to Cypress. And they came in and talked to us yesterday and asked if there's any way they can come back to the school. Absolutely. We were so blessed to have them return. So we're here for you. Parents, if you have friends or family that want to enroll, we do have some open spots throughout the school that we're trying to fill. Our I-20 program is back in force, and we're going to be having some international students join us this next year also. So parents, I just want to make sure you're aware of that as we come closer to classrooms starting to fill up and full waiting lists starting to take place. The variety show is next Friday. We have some students with outstanding talent and gifts here. We're putting those all together. Mrs. Cabrera is putting together a great video. And somewhere embedded in that video, we are going to reveal who the winner is of the 2023 Race for Grace t-shirt design. Will it be you? I sure hope so. We're going to get to see who the students selected, and that will be somewhere in the middle of the variety show, and that is next week. And I look forward to having all of you tune in. Hey, we need you. Yes, we do. We need you in so many ways. We need you to volunteer in the classrooms. We need you to help with PST, but we really need you to help with Race for Grace that's coming up in March. If you go to our gcsrr.org page and click on the PST link, there is a form that you can sign up to help with Race for Grace. We need parents so that we're able to bring bouncers back. This was a big discussion during PST, and we told them the reason we had to go away from bouncers was because we weren't getting parents to volunteer and show up when they said they would to do those bouncing shifts. So it's not long shifts. The more people that we have sign up, the less time you're there. Our goal would be not have you work longer than 20 minutes at a shift. And there are going to be starting shifts and ending shifts and everywhere in between. So go to the PST page and click that form and sign up to help at Race for Grace. I told you the last couple of weeks, this year coming up, we're going to be celebrating 75 years of supporting families in educating their children for South Orange County or North Orange County here and parts of Long Beach and LA County. We have considered a privilege to partner with you. And we've got some big things planned for next year, a carnival, a silent auction. It's going to be a blast, and you're definitely going to want to be a part of it. To start celebrating early, we're not going to have school on this Monday. It just happens to be President's Day also, but we might as well start the party early for our 75th birthday. That's always okay. Let's see here. Like I told you, this is so packed. We're still at, oh my goodness, 37 viewers. Next is, can you see what I'm saying? I got my eyes all fixed so I can deliver this message to you. We have vision screening coming, and it will be next Wednesday, and it is for our first graders through eighth graders. It's for through St. Mary's. I'm talking so fast I can't see what I'm saying. And they do a wonderful job. The volunteers come out and they check the vision, and many times they are able to catch when a child might need glasses. And so we do this every single year as a service to you as parents to be able to continue to keep our kids healthy. They may not need glasses as a first grader, but when they come back through again in third grade, they might see that they need glasses. Well, We're coming to the end of another weekly roundup. This has been a busy week. We're coming to the end of the year. You're saying the end of the year, it's only February. Yeah, but look how fast things are flying. So we just have to stay abreast of everything and just keep going. It's going to be a fun rest of the year. The birthday's coming for 75 years next year. And we have free giveaways right now. Anyone who comes in the office, we're going to be giving you a bottle of hand sanitizer. We are going to be giving you wipes if you want, and we have COVID tests. And I'd rather you store them at your house than we store them here. We have enough of a supply in our emergency bins and everything like that to be able to help us through emergencies, and we are giving away our excess to you. So as you stop in, we are going to be handing that stuff out. I hope that doesn't scare you and you say, hey, I don't want to stop in the office because I don't want Miss Wolfner to hand me stuff. But those are some things that we're going to be giving you and providing you as you come in the office so that we can share the wealth with all of our families. Families, parents, loved ones, I tell you every week, we consider it a privilege to partner with each and every one of you in educating the leaders of tomorrow of this great country. You know what? Nothing is lost as long as we keep our eyes focused on Jesus Christ and we continue with that message. We've seen over 6 kids that saved and accepted Christ into their life over the last 2 weeks, and they're just partying in heaven because of that. We have almost 60 kids, if not more, being baptized next week, and that's another big reason for celebration. Things are happening. God is alive on this campus, and we are privileged to work with you to be in the lives of all these young people. And we're going to continue to focus on our mission of expanding God's kingdom by educating our kids and making the leaders of tomorrow so great. Kimberly says, let me hit the right button here. Thank you for Canine Your Coup information. Always wonderful. Always wondered how that worked. Yes, that's how Canine Your Coup works. And Canine Your Coup does have his very own challenge coin that we give out to other law enforcement agencies when they come on campus. And he also has a Canine Your Coup sticker that we gave out when he first came on campus. So I'm going to think of a game to win this coin, and I will let you guys know at the next weekly roundup how you can win your very own Canine Your Coup coin. And a lot of people collect challenge coins. So parents, I just pray that God blesses the trails you ride, and may God continue to bless each and every one of your families. By popular demand, I'm bringing back this video. Talk to you next week.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up 3 very lovely girls. All of them had hair of gold, like their mother, the youngest one in curls. It's the story of a man named Brady who was busy with 3 boys of his own. They were foremen, living all together, yet they were all alone. Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch.